Hi and hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nima and this is Here is Nima, where we talk about all things fashion, beauty, lifestyle, feminine essence, feminine energy, self-love, and development. As you can see, I'm obsessed with my new couch. And I wanted to just come on and honestly just share with you guys a message from my heart. I want to just come on and share with you all not to be afraid, not to let fear hold you back from all the things that you have been wanting to do for yourself, have for yourself, the places you've been wanting to go, the things that you've been wanting to achieve, the new heights that you've been wanting to obtain. Do not let fear hold you back. I had an experience this week where I thought that my life was going to potentially, not fully, okay, honestly, I was a drama queen, but I thought that something was going to happen, something negative was going to happen to me, to where that thing would change my day-to-day life, like drastically. And for like almost an hour, I officially like worried about it. I was looking up YouTube videos, like what to do if the situation happens, blah, 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 blah. Until I was like, you know what? If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. There's only so much that I can control in this life. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to stress about it. Why? Because I know that ultimately God's got it. God has the final say. I believe that my ultimate masculine container and my ultimate source in this life is God. And I have 100% faith that no matter what happens in this life, He will provide for me, He will sustain me, and things are just always going to work out for me. You know, I'm never going to go hungry. I'm never going to go without a place to stay. And then I thought about some really crazy situations that I've been in my life thus far. And I thought about, you know, when I literally, crazy story. I don't even think I've actually done an official story time on my channel about this, but in Korea, the first job that I actually had in Korea was really crazy. It was not good. There were a lot of lies that the owner of the institution had told us, a lot of shady things that she was doing, to where, you know, it was a situation that was really toxic to live in. So I actually only lasted like 3 months in that job. And I didn't really know how to handle myself. I was in a foreign country. When I tell you guys, like, I had to get legal action, I got basically displaced from where I was living. I had to stay like in an Airbnb for like 2 weeks. And thank God, you know, I did have, you know, some friends in the meantime that I had made there that, you know, put me up for like a couple of days in between. And it was literally like a couple of days because I couldn't do it. I wouldn't have wanted to impose on them, but I was in a desperate situation, you know, and I was in a position to where, you know, it was just a really bad financial situation, and I kind of didn't handle it very well and very smart, and it taught me a lot. And of course, like, my family, you know, they were there. I mean, they could have helped me, but I kind of was embarrassed, you know, and I had went off and I got, you know, I'm working abroad, like I had this position and everything was, you know, so great, or, you know, so it seemed, right? Like, that's the story that I was kind of telling. And to have this job kind of just like not work out for me, I just felt like a failure, you know? And like, I had like some pressure to like make it work out, but it wasn't gonna work out. And so what ended up happening was I went through the whole process. You know, they were able to process my paperwork to where I was free to get another job, and I didn't have anything kind of holding me to that job anymore. And it was all good. So I moved on. I got another position, and I moved to a different area. I moved to Seoul, closer to Seoul. And life was better. My job was better. Everything worked out for me. And then that, like, within the span of like a month or two, my life looked so completely different. Within the span of 3 months, my life looked insanely different because I had a much better living situation, much better job, was living in a much better area, with more things to do and more access to, just things that were more of interest to me. In my first job in Korea, I was in like a small town where, I had to like take a bus to go to like a major city to be able to do anything super major. And there was some cute little things about it, but it wasn't really ideal for me and what I wanted. And especially, with me kind of being on this level up train and kind of learning and growing at that time, with a lot of the information that I come on here and share with you guys. So ultimately, I'm sharing that story to say everything worked out, even though it looked like I was down and out. The odds were against me. So many things had come against me. It felt like I literally would cry myself to sleep. I was so just like that was a very low point in my life. And I thought about that recently, and I thought to myself, if things don't work out, I know that I'm going to be okay, because I've been in low places before. I've been in desperate situations before, and what happened? Things always worked out. They always work out. I have had situations where I've needed money for certain things. The money always comes. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I've gotten checks in the mail. I've even gotten checks in the mail for like $4. I'll take it. That's more money. That's $4 more than I had. So, I just accept all of the help, all of the resources, all of the things that just kind of come into my field. I receive them as gifts, and I've had, just cash apps. I've had people in my life that have been able to help me, in certain situations financially. I've had jobs give me bonuses. I've had the government, obviously we went through COVID, the position that I was working at that time, we got a lot of free money. I mean, a lot of people did, but we got, I think it was like special for, anybody that was working in childcare, which was a very also broad spectrum that included teachers. Because of where I was teaching at the time, I was included in that, and that was, extra money that I was able to have. Just opportunities, and I'm looking for more. Like, I'm always just open. I'm open to what, everything that God has for me, every opportunity, every source, every resource that comes my way. I am just always open and available to take it. And I want to encourage you to have a positive mindset, have a positive outlook. If you are going through a hard time, if you are feeling discouraged, if you're feeling low, down and out, if something bad has happened to you, just breathe. Just breathe. Don't worry. When you wake up in the morning, I guarantee you will have it. And that's another thing, ideas. You will have an idea. You will have something come to you. You will have a resource. Something's going to happen. Just believe it. Something's going to happen for you that is going to help you navigate the situation and come out on top again and work your way into better circumstances. Something is going to happen. It's got to happen. Believe it's going to happen for you. Accept that. Have faith. Trust God. And don't doubt. Don't doubt that. Like, don't think that is some small feat. It is not. Okay? We have people in this world who are suffering from anxiety to crippling links, like crippling anxiety. I don't even know if what I'm saying is like correct English or whatever, but crippling anxiety. guys, because they're so afraid of what the future holds. They're so afraid that they won't be able to make it. They're so afraid that, the money's not going to be there. They're so afraid that they're not going to be able to achieve this thing. They're so afraid for their children. They're so afraid for their parents. They're so afraid for the economy, for our future as a society, as a world. They're so afraid in general. They're afraid for their health. They're afraid for, everything. We are living in a world where anxiety cripples people, and it is crippling. And you cannot be in a state of flow and in a state to receive all that God has for you and all that is coming towards you and to you through your desires, and manifesting your desires, I should say, God blessing you with your desires, all of those things, if you are in that state of fear. But that fear basically means that you don't have faith. To me, the way I see it is the opposite of faith. If you don't have faith and you don't feel some sort of peace, some sort of contentment in the fact that, I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know where, I just know it's going to work out. I know it's going to happen for me. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. Then again, it may be. I don't know, but I know it's going to work out. I know it's going to happen. God places those desires in our hearts for a reason. And there's a reason why my desires don't match your desires. Okay? Fear is the opposite of faith. So it's going to be up to you. What is it going to be for you? Don't let fear cripple you. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let fear of the unknown, fear of not knowing what's happening, when's it going to happen, how's it going to happen. Don't let that cripple you. Think about the worst case scenario. And that's what I did yesterday. I was thinking about the worst case scenario. If this horrible thing does happen, what would I do? And I kid you not, I had at least 10 solutions in my head. I am in a position now to where if certain things did happen, I would have solutions. I would have people to call. I would have ideas on what to do. I would have resources, because that is what happens. That's God. Okay? And your breakthrough and what's going to help you in these situations, it may not be money. It may not be a certain person coming in to save you. An idea, a thought, ways that you can use what you know to help you navigate those things that just come to you. You know how you just get those ideas right at the right time. You think of that person right at the right time. You have their number. You can give them a call. You think of the right thing at the right time. That is God. That is divine intelligence. Do not sleep, guys. Do not sleep on that, and do not let fear ruin what is in store for you. I had that experience earlier this week, and I just had to share it with you guys. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let fear hurt you. And that's all I had to really come on and say. Choose faith. I know it's hard sometimes. I know that, we don't always see the evidence. We don't always see what's happening for us. We can't see what's going on behind the scenes, but I just encourage you to have faith and be delusional. I have another video all about that. Just be delusional. Imagine that you already have the life that you want. Imagine that you already have the thing you want. Imagine that the situation has shifted. The circumstances have changed. Just be in that state. Life will become easier, and work on that. And me, I'm always listening to audios. I'm always trying to, just keep my mindset at a certain point. And I take breaks from doing things that take me out of that state all the time. Like working, for example, but even work, if you don't particularly like your job or love your job, you can still make it much better and much more tolerable, at least by changing your mindset and by living in that state of bliss. And just creating that for yourself in your own mind, in your own world. You can create that for yourself in so many ways. And, your space, your home is a big part of that, as well. But especially the things that you don't enjoy, either eradicating that from your life if possible. And if not, that's not an immediate solution for you, changing your views, changing your mindset. That is really tough for me, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's really tough for me. But I have to do it. I have to continue to find ways to do it so that it helps me to manage and regulate my mindset, and also to stay focused on what's most important to me. Maybe I'll have to make another video on that another time. I'm not going to keep y'all too long. This is just a quick pop on the camera and share my thoughts type of video. No editing, nothing. Just lots of love, support, and hey, if you relate to anything that I'm saying, if this is speaking to you, if you can, resonate with any of the things that I just shared, definitely make sure to comment down below. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. All my info is down in the info box. And of course, like the video, share if you believe that this will help, any of your friends or any of your family members that may be going through a hard time, that may be, afraid of a certain outcome. We only have so much control in our lives, and we have to take the control that we do have and create our best selves and create our best lives. Even when the circumstances don't look, super promising, we still have control, and we can make it or we can break it. We can accept what we're being told, what we're being offered, or we can, change that, create something new, change the narrative, right? Plot twist it, okay? And I love that. I love that for us. I love that for me. It's your movie. You're the main character. And I'm going to leave you on that note, okay? I got to go anyways. But I'm going to love you guys and leave you guys with that. I pray that this message encouraged you and blessed you. Definitely make sure to like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And I will see you in the next one. Stay blessed and stay encouraged. Bye, y'all.